My name is Lisa Shea, and this will be the first ever time that I'm using my new Spirograph die-cast collector's set kit. I used to love spirographs as a child, but I haven't used them in many years, so this will be an adventure. So I've got my how-to book here that tells me what to do, and we'll give this a try. So I'm using this on drawing paper. Take a look in here. So first off, they want us to put small bits of putty underneath the ring so that the ring does not move. These are made of metal, so these are fairly sturdy here. So we will get some little pea-sized balls. This putty starts out fairly stiff. Alright, so in terms of rolling them into things, you need to get it a little warmed up, I suppose. This is pretty sturdy. Alright, well, we'll see how well. Oh, see, that actually hurts. I'm surprised that they are using such a rock-hard putty for this. I think if you had small fingers work on this, you might need someone with big, stronger fingers to be able to get this to soften. And it could be if it was warmer out that this would soften more easily, but it is in the low 70s here, and at low 70s temperature this stuff is like a rock. Alright, well, we'll do the best that we can. So they warn you always to draw on a solid surface, not just to draw on thin paper on top of wood or something else, because you can leave dents in the wood. So I've got cardboard as part of this drawing pad. Alright, it could be that once you start using this putty that it gets softer and softer with more use, but I have to say, on this first use, I am barely getting these things to squish at all. Alright, so we're going to put these. One side of the ring has numbers on it, the other side does not have numbers, so I'm going to find the one, which is up here, and I'm going to put some putty at the four corners. So the purpose of the putty is to get the wheel to stick reasonably firmly in one space and not slide around, because if this slides around, then your entire design symmetry gets thrown off. And the putty is reusable, so one also hopes that once one starts to use it a number of times, it will get softer and squishier with repeated use. But right now, at least, it is posing a problem. Alright, well, hopefully that is good enough. Alright, step one. Damaging fingers, putting it down. Alright, press it down firmly. It's down firmly. Alright, so next we have to decide which inner ring we want to use. Different rings create different kinds of patterns. I'm going to go with, let's do this one. I like that one. Pattern wheel number 50 has 48 points in it. You know, don't start easy. You just have to go whole hog for this. So each of these things is numbered with a wheel number. This one is 50. Alright, and it's got numbers inside it for the different, different hole numbers. Well, I guess you get to see how heavy it is. And the main patterns are with hole number 1. Alright, so I see where hole number 1 is. Hole number 1 is right there on the outside. Alright, so we're going to sit down and put that interlock. Now the key is that while you are rolling this, you have to keep the pen straight up and down, and you need to move evenly around the edge of the wheel, because you're aiming to have this move very steadily in all its rotations. Alright, so we got a pen with the little point. We will see how well this works. I suppose I will scribble a little on the very edge. It looks like it works perfectly right out of the gate, which is pretty unusual with pens, so they get kudos for their pen functionality. And there's a hole in there, so there has to be enough room for the pen to go straight in and to land on the piece. Right, so we're going to go, alright, so we have to carefully move around. It feels like the outer wheel, because of the putty, is raised. Right, I don't see that oh, I am making a trail. Alright. Didn't want to move anything. There we go. The trail is under there. Alright, you don't want to stop in any... Oh, see, look, it just slid. See, this is... You have to do everything just so for this to work. You don't want to stop for any length of time, because your pen will leave a little divot there from sitting and soaking into the paper. You can see that with each pass, it's sliding a little more around. I'm getting a little more used to the motion of the wheel. So I think that's revolution 4. This is 5. Oops, no, see, I just slid it. So you have to be really careful about engaging it. And now I can't necessarily tell where I was. I suppose I can try to look under there to figure out exactly what wheel I was on. Let's try that one just to see. But it's tricky because it's not like it's the same part of the wheel that you're always having to press down onto. Right now I'm pressing from the part of the wheel furthest from my finger, and then when I come around that corner I'm pressing down forward and across, and that seems to be where I am likely to skip. Now I suppose I don't remember the wheel being this tiny. Could just be that I am a bigger person and it was originally bigger in relationship to me. Alright, am I back on the same track now? Nope, I am on a different track still, so slightly off. So if I had stopped at that first loop around, it would have been a perfectly nice flower. But the second loop around fills in the middle spaces, which makes it a denser flower. I am going a little more quickly now, but you have to keep the pen straight up and down. You want to offer even pressure, because if you sit in a space for too long, it'll soak right into the paper and make a little... Alright, there we go. And there you have it, the very first spirograph shape, and then if you take this off, then you have got that shape. I'll find a ruler for a second. Show you how big this is. So it's about 2¼ inches wide. This whole system here is about 3¾ inches wide, and the internal space is about 2½ inches wide. So the biggest you can do for something that you're doing in the inside space is about that 2½ inches wide. So this isn't going to make huge designs, but it is going to make nice little intricate designs. So let me know if you have any questions about the basic operation of how a spirograph works. And I will make some other videos with the other wheel sizes, but this is made with the die-cast collector's kit, and this wheel that I used for my very first test is a wheel number 50, and this is my cat who wants to come help. Yes, you are so helpful. Purr, you are such a helpful cat. It is hard to even imagine how one would survive with such a helpful cat assisting them with all of their art projects. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will put up some more videos with some more of the wheels so you can see how they work.